Get funded with Rodney.
You know what time it is. Grant Nation, it's time for the Get Funded Show with Rodney Walker. I'm your host, and I'm excited to have you today. We're going to make some magic. Booyah! You know what I'm talking about. That magic that makes things happen. That's what I mean. I mean that magic that takes something that's not there and turn it into something that is there. That's what I mean by making magic. You know, I work with some people, and sometimes they're like, hey, Rodney, I don't have that stuff that you're talking about. That's when I say, hey, it's time for you to make some magic. Pull a rabbit out of the hat. You may be saying, Rodney, I don't have a hat. Pull the rabbit out of the hat. Put your hand down until you pull out a hat and you pull out a rabbit. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying no excuses. But let me get to my point. On today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you how to use the Get Funded Show to make magic by achieving your grant goals or whatever goals you may have, okay? I'm going to be sharing with you some inspirational quotes to help you to get things turned around in your life. And I'm also going to be sharing with you some resources to help you on your grant journey. So buckle up. Get ready for an exciting ride. But as always, you know I like to share with you one thing that you don't know about me. And on today, I'm going to let you know, you don't know that I am a dancer. Ooh, yes, I like to dance. Can I dance? Man, the bald-headed man knows how to dance.
Get funded with Rodney.
But let me tell you one thing. When I dance, I always have my hat on. Yeah, it's like a magic lucky charm for me. So I wear my hat, and I love to salsa. And I'm not going to tell you, I know how to throw down. But just know that's one of the things I like to do for fun. That's one of the things I like to do for recreation. And it just makes me feel plain old good when I'm out there doing it. And one day I'll point you to some other things that you can take a look at. But on today, let's get back to this whole grant thing. And let's get back to how you can use this show to help you to get to achieving the goals that you have. Because at the end of the day, this is about you and your goals. But before we do that, I want to share with you one thing. And I've got to give you that IQ boost. You know, we got to boost you up, right? And the IQ boost is literally that inspirational quote designed to help you to grow. Now, today's inspirational quote is brought to you by iGrantWriters.com. Now remember, when you're looking for a grant writer, if you're trying to hire a grant writer, if you're trying to get a job as a grant writer, or even if you're trying to get discovered as a grant writer, make sure that you go over to iGrantWriters.com, because that's the place to be. And today's inspirational quote is this: do not wait for the time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. That's a quote from Napoleon Hill, one of my favorite authors. He's the author of one of my favorite books. I'll tell you about that book later on. Maybe on our next episode, I'll tell you about that book. But he's one of my favorite authors. And that quote that he says is so real. Just use the plain old tools that you have. So many times we complain, I don't have this tool, I don't have that. Or if I had this, I would do that. Well, use what you freaking have right now and make that work. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. That's a quote that comes from Arthur Ashe. And I believe that quote is very powerful. And if you'll just use it, you will begin to make magic, my friend. Now, with that said, let's dive into what I have for you today. I'm going to be sharing with you how you can use this show to achieve your grant goals. Now, everybody should have some goals. And the first thing that you can do to achieve whatever that grant goal is, maybe you're new to grant writing and you're trying to learn how to do it and secure your first grant, or maybe you've been writing grants for a while and you want to take it to another higher level, or maybe you may be a business owner. Your grant goals may be to get 1 or 2 new clients. Well, I want to share with you how you can go about using this show to do that. The first thing I want to encourage you to do is simply, 1, just listen. Yes, because if you'll just listen, you're going to get some inspiration as well as some information that's going to be helpful for you, that's going to be encouraging you. And what I'm going to be doing on each of these shows, I'm going to be challenging you on every single show and encouraging you to, first of all, just have some goals. Now, you would be surprised at how many people, if you were to just go today and just stop some people and say, hey, can I see maybe 1 or 2 of your goals that you have in writing? You'll be surprised that most people don't even have goals in their minds, let alone in writing. But if you'll just listen to the show, I'm going to be encouraging you all the time to develop and to get some goals, because that's how things are accomplished. People that are high achievers, they have goals. Secondly, I want you to simply listen for new ideas. New ideas will come forth, and it's almost like your mind will be recharged as you come and as you hear the information I'm going to be sharing with you, whether that's an inspirational quote or whether that's a point that you can be able to use. These ideas begin to be things that help to germinate and grow into something great. The third thing that you've got to do is simply take immediate action on those ideas. Don't let the ideas rot, okay? Please, don't let them get stale. Don't say, okay, I'll do it sometime tomorrow, or here's the one that I hear so often, I'll do it later. Man, later turns to greater later, and eventually it turns to never. So when you hear an idea, give birth to it right away by taking immediate action. Okay, you got that? Action, my friend. Whatever that action is, take some action on it. Because, for instance, if you're trying to grow a grant business, and maybe this month you're saying, hey, I want to get 1 new client, or maybe 2 new clients. Well, the first thing I'm going to encourage you to do, put that in writing. Put it in writing somewhere where you can see it every single day. See it before you go to bed. I want you to read it, say that this is what's going to happen, and then let your mind begin to germinate on that idea, and you'll be surprised at how your subconscious mind begin to take that information and begin to run with it and give you some clear, concise ideas of things that you can do. That's when it becomes very important for you to take action on that idea. That's how you can use this show to help you grow and to accomplish your goals. Let me know what your thoughts are about what I've said. Maybe you have some other points that you want to add to it. I would love to hear some of those things. So make sure that you reach out to me and let me know some of those things that you are thinking as well about how you may be able to use this show as well to accomplish your goals. Now, I want to make sure that if you are a grant professional out there and you're trying to learn how to become a grant professional, I want you to join me today. Yes, today at becomeagrankwriter.com. If you'll go over there to becomeagrankwriter.com, sign up. This evening, you and I get a chance to hang out, and I'll be sharing with you some valuable information about how to write grants and what steps you need to do. So come hang out with me for that. And remember, on our next show, I'm going to be sharing with you how to become a rock star grant professional. Yes, that's what you want. You don't want to miss that show, because I'm going to be sharing with you some pointers of how to go about doing that. So my friend, go make magic today, and remember to be brave, be bold, be brilliant, and always take charge. I'm out of here, Grant Nation. I'll see you next time.
Get funded with Rodney.